Okay, guys, this is the kind of rant that you guys will never hear on any channel about NXT, Triple H, Vince McMahon, and Bruce Pritchard. It's about time for the WWE roster as a whole, and I've said this before a few weeks back, they need to go on fucking strike. Or do something. Because this is fucking ridiculous. I'm listening to JD's podcast about NXT this morning. I did not watch NXT. I did not review it, as you guys saw from my weekly schedule I have set up now that I'm going to try to stick with from here on out until things change, and I'll let you know if that happens. But bottom line, guys, I didn't watch NXT because what they did with Karrion Kross Monday night was terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. So he goes about telling us, JD, he states the reason for Karrion Kross's loss to Jeff Hardy. The reason for this is there was backstage heat on Karrion Kross and what he did with Adam Cole because of the comments Adam Cole made about his character, who he is as an in-ring performer, and so forth. Okay, maybe there were some harsh words. He took it a little too much to heart, and he lost his cool and acted unprofessional. Alright, fine. You want to punish the guy for that? Fine. But you don't take him, put him on the main roster, and make him suffer his first loss to a guy who hasn't done jack shit in the last 5 years. Jeff Hardy's a great in-ring competitor. I think he's been underutilized on this roster. He's a guy that could bring in money, and because of his things that he does outside the ring, such as like drinking and stuff like that, it kind of holds him back. Alright, fine, you're worried about that. I understand. He's a little bit of a concern. But you could make him a really good mid-card guy until you feel comfortable enough to put him in a main event type of position at some point down the line. Which, from what I've heard, Jeff Hardy hasn't done anything bad since his last incident with drinking issues. He stayed away from the pills, from what I've heard. He's not doing that anymore, thank God. But bottom line, he suffered his first loss because of backstage antics that occurred in NXT with Adam Cole. So you're telling me that Vince McMahon paid attention to that and he gave a shit about that and moved him up to the main roster for him to lose? That's what I don't think this was a punishment, folks. I don't think none of this was a punishment. I don't think Triple H was trying to punish Karrion Kross. I think that's very good what Karrion Kross did, as long as he didn't, strike or attack Adam Cole for the things he said. But it shows some fucking, care of what they're doing in the ring, their craft, what they give to us, the audience. And it shows he's actually making it where he wants to be the absolute best that he can be. And by him flipping out about that, it shows that he feels insulted by the kind of work he feels is probably the best work he's done in forever. Since leaving Impact Wrestling. I think it has been. He's been doing great stuff. He's a good in-ring performer. No, he's not like an Adam Cole. Adam Cole's far better wrestler, but he's a good main event guy. Not every guy has to be a superstar or fucking world-class wrestler to get over in this shit. He just has to have a look to him, a good entertaining gimmick, and be at least far decent in the ring, which he is. And for them to do this, it was fucking ridiculous. Now, there was more news that JD reported on his channel stating that the wrestlers backstage at NXT, the NXT roster was actually disappointed in the loss that they gave Karrion Kross. It makes them feel like their work is being they're not being cared about. And Triple H probably is upset as well. And he's doing what Vince McMahon tells him to do. Now I'm going to come on here, and it may not be politically correct. It may not even agree with, this opinion may not agree with a lot of you people. You guys may be Triple H diehards, and I once was until after this whole situation. But fuck Triple H, fuck Bruce Pritchard, and fuck Vince McMahon. Fuck them all. There is no reason for them to be fighting. If Triple H feels he is being mistreated, he feels that his work that he does for NXT, which also helps Vince McMahon out in the long run, is being undermined and mistreated by Vince McMahon, Triple H should do something about it. I don't know what he could do. I mean, granted, I will admit that. So that's why I'm saying it's not politically correct for me to say this, because I don't have all the answers to it. But honestly, the man got money. The guy probably has money. Money enough to at least pull away from Vince McMahon and get a decent promotion of his own. Because Triple H is a great creative guy. He does a lot of good creative stuff on NXT. I've never shit on him for that. He has done great stuff, but everything he does means nothing because they're connected to the WWE. So as long as they're connected with the WWE, none of his stuff means anything. That's the reason why their ratings are in the fucking toilet. Every superstar that they invest their time in, I guarantee if you go back and you look at the ratings that NXT's been getting for the last, 4 or 5 months, you'll notice their ratings are probably going down, even though they've pulled away from AEW altogether. They're not getting the ratings that they should be getting, increased ratings, because of the fact that, everyone on that roster goes to the main roster and doesn't do anything. Nobody sees them doing nothing. So their attitude is, it's like, I've said this before and I'll say it again, it's like watching college football, seeing great players do really good stuff in the college realm of sports, move up to the pros, and you never see or hear from them again, and they never amount to anything. Could you imagine you watch the college leagues and you see you watch college football and then they move into the pros and they never make it to the starting lineup? Could you imagine that shit? And if they do, the lineup is completely trash. The talent that plays is garbage. It's like watching secondary football, like watching the fucking XFL or something. I mean, that's what that would be like. And this is no different. They're using older talent because Vince McMahon doesn't feel that they are good enough talent to get over with us, the fans. He thinks that we want to continue to watch a guy like John Cena, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, I'll even throw Bobby Lashley in there. Granted, he finally has gotten his big break with WWE. The only time he's ever won a world championship is in another promotion. But, it's just fucking sad that nobody on NXT can get a big break in this company. Keith Lee comes out, faces Bobby Lashley, which, don't get me wrong, was a good match, number one. Number two, it's a match that you could have built up into a WWE Championship match down the line if Bobby was still the world champion, of course. I mean, that would have been a good program for a build-up for a pay-per-view. And if you wanted Bobby Lashley to win that match against Keith Lee, by all means, that's not a big deal because at least Keith Lee had some build-up going into his championship opportunity. But you have Bobby Lashley beat him in one night in a one-off match? Like, what the hell? This is the thing. Like, how is Triple H sitting there? He ain't no better than Bruce Pritchard, man. He's sitting there letting this guy do whatever the fuck he wants? Oh, because he's the owner of the company? Dude, you've made money with this motherfucker. Break away from this dipshit. He is not worth your fucking time. You're doing what he used to do. I don't know what the hell Vincent McMahon is doing. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Vincent McMahon doesn't like wrestling. So Vince, if you don't like wrestling, do what your old slogan used to be when you went from WWF to WWE. Get the F out. Get the fuck out of wrestling. Sell it to somebody who gives a shit. Or go ahead, surrender your rights to doing this shit. Say, hey, you like this garbage so much? Take it, Triple H, and have fun with it. I'm done. I'm sick of this crap. But no, Vince McMahon's got an ego. He wants to kill wrestling. That's what Vince McMahon's whole main operato, whatever way you want to... His whole situation that he wants to do. He wants to kill wrestling. He wants it to die. That whole promo back in 2002 when he brought the NWO back was, I'm going to inject a lethal dose of poison into the WWE. Well, guess what? He's trying to do that in all of professional wrestling, so nobody fucking gives a shit about it because he wants to see it dead. Because he's ashamed of it or whatever. Well, if you're ashamed of it, dipshit, get the fuck out. Nobody likes you anyway. You're an annoying old man who is out of his fucking gourd, who can't come up with creative decisions anymore that entertain the crowds. You bring Bill Goldberg back, and I'm questioning, who the fuck cheers for Bill Goldberg? I'm not going to deny it. I like Bill Goldberg, but I got to be reasonable. Bill Goldberg's in his 50s. Bill Goldberg has lost to Drew McIntyre earlier this year. Bill Goldberg hasn't done shit. He works 2 shows a year. He works 2 shows and makes a bunch of appearances leading up to that one match he's going to have for that match for the year. Why should I want to see him become WWE champion? Clearly, he's a very predictable character that's going to either lose or win. And if he does win the WWE championship, he's going to defend it the next month and lose the title. So what's the point in putting him in a championship match? Goldberg should be only used for big hyped up grudge matches against big names. A Keith Lee would have been great for Bill Goldberg to go up against. That would have given Keith Lee an opportunity to actually get a big win over somebody. With a guy like Bill Goldberg. But you want to tell me that, oh, you know, Bill Goldberg, you shouldn't hate on Bill Goldberg because he's getting a WWE championship opportunity. Yes, I should. This man shouldn't be touching a fucking championship at all. He should be having good grudge matches with other people he's never faced before. Not trying to win WWE championship. The fuck? What a joke. I'm just so disappointed in this company. I'm sick of belly aching about this crap. I just do these rants because you guys love them. I get more subscribers. And I do it for the channel mostly. I don't really care to sit here and bitch and moan about this. I'm just pointing out fucking facts here. Bill Goldberg should not be challenging for a title. NXT guys should not be losing their first fucking match on the freaking program when they have an in-ring debut. Nobody should ever lose an in-ring debut. You know what that spells out? Failure. It means that they're going to fail. They do not win. I mean, unless you look at John Cena and Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton won? Yeah, I think Randy Orton won against Hardcore Holly. But John Cena's case, he faced Kurt Angle, one of the greatest fucking wrestlers in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, if Karrion Kross would have faced a Roman Reigns, Karrion Kross faced a fucking Bobby Lashley even. Maybe not. But if he faced a guy like Randy Orton, one-on-one, Karrion Kross's first match right out of the gate, and he ended up losing to Randy Orton, I wouldn't say it was so much of a burial, because if it was a very close match, and Randy Orton just happened to pick out a victory with his name the way it is and what he's accomplished, and to be in a match toe for toe with Randy Orton, and he loses in a very close match, I don't think anybody should have a big complaint about that. I don't know, man. I think it's fucking stupid. That is really pathetic. And that's my attitude about this at this point. I don't give a fuck about NXT. I don't care about anything WWE related except for Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns' agenda still exists. He's the only thing that remotely comes close to what we used to like about WWE. He's a ass kicker. He doesn't have to fucking cheat all the time to win. And he's great in the ring now. He's really gotten better than what he was as the face Roman Reigns. And he tells a really good story with his personality in the ring. And he interacts with the crowd. You don't see that very often with a lot of these wrestlers. They don't interact with the crowd at all. So, I don't know, man. Me personally, my attitude is fuck Vince McMahon, fuck Bruce Pritchard, and put Triple H on the list of fuck him too. Because he's got no fucking balls to just stand up and say, look, if the man's got the money to go ahead and get his own buy out NXT from Vince McMahon, get the copyrights of it, and actually start his own promotion, I think he's a fucking idiot to not do that. I think he would succeed a lot more on his own. People would actually care about his product then, because people would actually be able to have a reason to want to watch. I would watch it again. But honestly, I think there's a lot of other things involved. So if I'm wrong, I apologize to everyone. But at the same time, I think the man could go out and make his own promotion. He's probably got enough money. He just ain't got the balls to go do that on his own and take the responsibility himself. He don't want to. That's why he sits there nice and comfortable in that lower level brand, being treated like shit while they produce gold wrestling that people love and actually can appreciate, and they take it and they throw it in the garbage, everything he does there. And does he care? Probably not. He may say he cares, he may say he's upset, but at the end of the day, I've heard this guy talk. He says what he says every single time. It's Vince McMahon's company. He has the final word. There's nothing I can do. Really? There's nothing you can do? Well, if there's nothing you can do, why bother trying to create good talent like this? Why bother create good shows? You might as well just tap out and say, I'm done here. Do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. You know, whatever. Who gives a shit? If Triple H can't make a change, and no one else can, and they all gotta bow down to Vince McMahon, why the fuck bother trying? Who cares? The company needs to go. Vince McMahon needs to go. The whole thing needs to go. WWE needs to disappear and get lost. And I've said this 1,000 times. I'm boycotting Vince McMahon shit except for SmackDown because of Roman Reigns and the pay-per-views. Eventually, if they fuck up with Roman Reigns, I'm officially done completely with WWE. No reviews on this channel whatsoever. They fuck up Roman Reigns, I swear to God, I will never watch another WWE show ever again and review it on this channel. Ever. Anyway, guys, that was pretty much my rant. I hope you appreciate what I had to say here. I hope I didn't come across as a dick. If I did, I apologize. But at the same time, I gotta say what I feel. And I feel that Triple H is a fucking loser. He's just sitting there doing nothing. He needs to either do one or two things. Get out of Vince McMahon's little fucking hellhole and get his own promotion going. Or He needs to say, fuck you, Vince. You think my show sucks? Fine, I'll make it suck. I'll make it worse than you can ever imagine. I wouldn't care. I'm not going to make everything about NXT garbage just to piss him off. I don't know. I really don't know, but it's like nobody can do anything in this company. Nobody can stand up and say, Vince McMahon, you suck. What are you doing here? You're fucking this up. There's nothing nobody can do, then why bother trying? Who cares? Just, collect your money, and then when your fucking contract's up, get the hell out. That's why I say this. If any one of these NXT guys, seeing what they saw this past Monday night, actually consider staying with the company after their contract is up, fuck them. That I most definitely will say about them. They're stuck in a contract. Once your contract's up, you've seen what they do to NXT talent. You're an NXT talent, you ought to go ahead, pack up your shit, and get on the road somewhere else. Because working for him ain't gonna get you nowhere if you care about your craft. Get your ass out as soon as you possibly can. Once that contract's up, get the fuck away from this guy. This guy's a fucking dipstick. I mean, Aleister Black's a prime example. Man comes on first night, and he's fucking amazing. He's attacking one of the best characters on the entire show, besides Kenny Omega. I mean, come on, man. The whole thing's fucking ridiculous. And I'm guilty as charged for continuing to watch this crap. Because it ain't worth continental shit. The only thing worth watching is AEW. And if it wasn't for AEW, I wouldn't even watch wrestling at all. I actually probably wouldn't even have this channel, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But anyway, at this time, I got to get back to work. I will speak to you guys later on tonight for AEW Dynamite July 21st, 2021 review. So I will speak to you guys later on tonight, though. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. And I thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. And I'll speak to you guys later on tonight. Bye, guys.